Ahoy, it's the InukiTV Tournament Saga, hosted by the one and only Inuki. I've got a long night ahead of me, but our first game for tonight is Pistelero and Jesus the Third as the USA versus Migsy and PanduPando playing as the Germans. It's an unusual map for a 2v2 tournament. We're on suburbs, very urban map, because it has urban in the name. Of course, Jesus the Third is spawning on the right hand side. This is a very open, very wide map for 4 players to do battle on. But on the left hand side we have Pistelero as well. Now some people are asking, who are these people? How can you not know them? It's Pistelero. He's essentially a factory which makes chocolate ice cream. It's obvious by the name. As for Jesus the Third, who's Jesus the Third? He's the third Jesus in the sequence of Jesuses. How can you not know that? It's so obvious, and it looks like he's going to the center of the map. He's kind of ignoring the right hand side, but his opponent in the middle is PanduPando, who also seems to have moved the bulk of his forces into the center. This inevitably means that Migsy, here he is, hiding behind a pipe. Pistelero gets a grenade off, it lands straight in front of the pipe, and it does get 2 guys, nails 2 guys straight up. Migsy now moves his machine gunner up 1 pipe, and already guys falling off of towers. Pistelero trying to get the high ground, but all he ends up doing is just making himself a bigger target. I think he should do pretty damn well on this left hand side, considering he's a factory which makes chocolate ice cream. He should do well in the workshop area. For those that are not wondering, the connection, pistons, aero chocolate, and I just like ice cream. I just threw that in there. Anyway, these early engagements are still ongoing. Jesus the Third getting some firepower straight down that road at the machine gunner of PanduPando, who's set up some bunkers on the opposite side of that really long stretch of road. Really, Pandu charging up, using things wall as cover, gets a grenade out. He's so gonna cook that. Tosses it. It looks like Jesus the Third knows it was coming, and he moves just out of the way. Surprised he didn't take damage from there. He returns the favor, returns the grenade. Pandu eats the grenade. Nom nom nom. He's already dead. Oh god, good micro play from Jesus the Third there. He saw that grenade. He moved out of the way. He was ready for it. Not only was he ready for it, he managed to retaliate, and it was a perfect counter. So lesson learned: don't underestimate Jesus the Third. Pistelero bringing in a second squad of rifle infantry, whereas Jesus the Third is bringing in this M20. Looks like he's going to go at the right hand flank. I don't doubt for a second that that machine gunner on top is going to get hit by something. He always does for me. It's not very protective, that M20 armor, at least not for the guy on the top. Checking the progress of the new rifleman squad, it looks like they're having a big old party behind some lumbar. Needs to be extra careful against grenades, but I don't think there's any infantry up here from Migsy to do that. He's now moving his infantry individually. That's great, using covering fire technique. He's getting into the zone and managing to decap it, almost neutralizing, although his guys are dead and the last grenade goes off on his third guy in the zone. He explodes into a puddle of blood, and we've got a pack here firing, creating explosions. And by the way, whilst this is exciting, I want to quick announcement: check out the InukiTV Steam group. I will be posting announcements when every new game is uploaded. I realise that when I do this in part 2 or part 3, some people don't get to see it. So anyway, that's that done and over with. Jesus the Third having difficulties with the central position. It looks like when he is moving up on the right, he has paid attention to the tournament videos, although not his M20. I say that because in the tournament, those that tend to attack the opponent's strong point usually losers. So spread the fighting out, try and make your opponent focus on more areas of the map. And we saw Pistelero getting a second M20 as well to help out on the left hand side. Needs to be aware of that pack around there, as the light infantry combat still exists in the center. He's not completely giving up on that, although he's probably losing his attention. M20 ripping apart all these infantry behind this factory. What a great flank. Migsy, I'm not sure what Migsy's trying to do. He's just trying to run for any little bit of cover. Moved closer to the M20 though. That's a very difficult, tricky position to be in. Pistelero continuing his charge, manages to run over a guy, although actually no, that might have been the guy on top of the M20. He charges for the pack. He destroys it. This is such a huge gain now for the M20. It's already paid for itself about twice over right now. And it looks like it might even be able to escape. Oh god, no, he's going towards the center to try and help out, try and assist, but he's got no gunner on top. All he can do is run people down or stop his M20, making it very vulnerable. But whilst he may be immobile, he can fire the 50 cal on top. He's already being fired upon by a pack all the way down the road. It takes a hit, but it's not destroyed. What the? Hull pierced? How's this thing withstand? It's like the lightest armor you can think of, bar jeeps. That thing must have power word fortitude, or maybe a holy aura of divine blessing or something. Pistelero continuing the infantry battle on the left-hand side, not managing to gain control of this area. He does have one soldier hanging behind a pipe, but he does get grenaded. He tries to jump out of the way. Leap of faith straight into the factory doors. Oh, this is a little concerning as PanduPando steals the M20 with the divine blessings of Jesus III himself. Migsy moving up on this left-hand side, we can see Pistelero has managed to sneak around the side, gaining valuable intel on any incoming units that Migsy may have bought. Now, there's one thing I can really say about all this intel that Pistelero is going to be getting, as this M20 from Migsy completely rips up Pistelero's units behind the lumber. They're going to go ahead and move out of the way. They need to get right behind that building to be out of sight. But as for all this intel that Pistelero is currently gaining, he needs to make use of it. It's one thing to position your units to get a hold of it, and he's climbing these towers. 2 infantry climbing the towers. For what reason could this be? He can get sort of sight over the infantry units, but he's making himself a bigger target, and even the 50 cal from the M20 could join in the fun right now. But coming back to the intel, as we see these guys fall down to their horrible deaths, it's one thing to have the intel to know what's coming, it's a second thing to be able to use it. If you're the aggressor and you don't have the manpower to react to the intel on the field, then all it's really doing for you is allowing you to reposition your infantry units, and he's moving his infantry straight into the enemy lines. Screw this flag, he's going straight up into the enemy's spawn. We can see Brandenburg spawning for Migsy right now. And now he knows the team of Brandenburgs is coming. He can respond with 1 rifleman. 2 riflemen. Okay, now we got a battle. Machine gun. Oh god, this machine gun could really tear apart all these Brandenburgers. He just needs to take direct control. Direct control, Pistelero. Come on. Turn up. Go over. No, don't chuck the grenade. Get the machine. No. Oh, he's going to get shot in the back right now. Unfortunately, Pistelero, he had such a good... This would have been the heroic, most highlightatious moment of them all. And we can see on the comm chatter for Pandu and Migsy, they've said Brandenburgs are up, and they've both got them out. So in response to the Brandenburgs, we see an M8 Greyhound coming out for Jesus III, and we're going to see some chafing action from Pistelero. Both tanks won't really do very well in urban environments. They need to keep their distance. There's so many places 80 riflemen, 80 infantry can hide in this map. And remember, we've still got that pack straight down the road as well. But these Brandenburgs that the Germans have pulled out, they're excellent in urban environment. They've got some really traumatic short-range weaponry. They're really going to excel in this sort of environment. Whereas this Greyhound, in open environment, is going to get picked off by something. And oh my god, the Chafee is moving into the center. This could be deadly. We know that the Brandenburgs have Panzerfaust equipped on them. We could very well see what I just described happen. Here we go, Pandu charging out with a Panzerfaust on his back. He needed to equip that before he charged in. No matter, he manages to get the shot off and destroys the hull of the Chafee tank. This tank not so good at anti-infantry combat, especially in urban environments. It's essentially a fast support weapon, and right now it could have been useful to take out the half-track. It could have just popped out when it was needed, rather than trying to lead the offensive assault on that central zone. Jesus III, hiding behind this wall. Get a move on! I don't know what quote that game is from, but I'm sure that these infantry aren't moving up trying to engage, because the half-track smells like Volks. Now, I know that one's from Company of Heroes, but I don't know, maybe both of them are from Company of Heroes. Pistelero chucking a grenade off round the corner of this building. He gets sniped straight through the hole in the building. Team USA, really, right now, they need more infantry in almost every area of the map, especially around this urban area. There's literally no vision for Team USA right now. They need to get infantry. They need to spread it out. They need to get machine gunners in key location. We've got this M8 Greyhound from Jesus hanging about here, which isn't a bad idea. It's better than having it in sight of your enemy constantly, but I reckon it could poke up just next to this church, safe behind the buildings and get a good side shot onto the half-track. We have a little bazooka soldier here as well. That's not going to run out, which is good. It's a really bad idea to run it in front of the half-track, but maybe it can get around the side. I don't know, maybe just poke out on that corner. Just hook up the soldier to the wall, let him do his little II job. In fact, we've got an 80 grenade. No, it's not an 80 grenade, it's just an ordinary grenade on the half-track. Blasts out that guy straight in front of the half-track. And now there's a half-track ready for the taking, but there's no infantry here. If they just had some infantry around, they could have maybe stole it. But it looks like one of the drivers from the German soldiers managed to get in time. Migsy with the M20 hanging around this zone. Pistelero, one soldier breaking down into window to try and fire through it. He doesn't have any good shot. Migsy knows that there's an infantry there. His M20 is just constantly looking at it and moves back. Did he just get crushed by a pipe? It didn't look like the bullets killed him. M20 having a little bit of difficulty with the terrain. Not very good at traversing boxes. Pistelero getting one of my favourite units for the US of A. It's the crocodile tank. Meanwhile, Jesus III is gardening, moving around. I'm not sure what his goal with the Greyhound is. Maybe he's very indecisive of what he wants to do, or very cautious. Croc going straight to the middle of this factory area, burning some people. Needs to look out for some Panzerschrecks. There's a lot of places they could be hiding. In that building, for one, he needs to flame that building. Make sure, that's it. No, more flames, come on, more flames. He hops straight into the zone, very unnecessary. He takes a shot straight into the side armor. Completely destroyed now. We can see the Panzerschreck guy is just outside the bush, inside the bush rather, outside the building, tosses a grenade on the tank crew. Fortunately though, he is getting infantry into the zone, he is decapping that zone, and that's exactly what they need to do. As long as they get the zone, it doesn't matter how much stuff dies, as long as they hold the zone for long enough. Jesus III in trouble, eats a grenade. Fortunately though, that guy is only unconscious, not completely destroyed. Greyhound still indecisive. Exposing its rear armor. Does it want to get away? Does it want to help out? No, it wants to help out. Okay. We can also see a Jesus III getting a crocodile, Pistelero getting a Scot, and a half-track full of Rangers. A lot of mechanized units, a lot of mobile forces on the field now for US of A. These pour out straight into the factory, hiding behind this little workshop building. Greyhound now approaching from a completely different angle to what I saw 30 seconds ago. Charges in, loses its 50 cal gunner on top, but thankfully enough it makes it to safety. Just needs to maybe pop a little bit more behind the church. You can certainly never be too careful with your vehicles in the field. Pistelero making an impact on this left hand side now. He's neutralized the zone. He just needs to get hold it for 70% more, and then it's his. They will finally have 3 zones and the points will tick up for them. Migsy and Pando, I haven't seen much from them at the moment, so they're probably saving up for some big, heavy, chunky tanks. Their main issue at the moment is these vehicles on the field for USA. We can see a Panzer III from Pando straight down the road. That's not going to fare well against the Croc. That was a completely one-sided battle. I do feel this Panzer III from Pando came out a little bit too late to be effective. If it was brought out earlier, it could have had some impact, but now there's some heavier vehicles, apart from this M8 Scot on the field, which has this really wide barrel, by the way. It's quite good for this area. It's got a 50 cal on top. It's got a little bit of HE rounds. It can plow into any enemies hiding behind corner. It's not counted just yet, but now that I say that, just as I say that, Migsy brings a Panther III, which actually gets damaged by the Scot tank, injuring the crew, but as soon as they regain focus, they fire a shot straight into the front armor of the Scot, completely annihilated. And this is exactly the response we want to see. An M16, freaking half-track, quad cannon on the back, that's totally going to counter. Oh my god, Jesus III burning a building and then decides he just wants to drive straight into it. No, this is never a good idea.